So I was looking back through my read books and I realized that there are some books, especially thrillers, that I don't remember anything about these books. But for me to rate something 5 stars, it has to have like completely blown my mind, stopped my world. I wanted to do nothing else in the world except to read these books. So today I'm wearing my shirt. There's no such thing as too many books because it's true, as you can tell from around me. But I want to decide if I want to reread these books, if maybe as I, kind of talk about these books while I'm talking about them. So come join me, grab yourself a cup of coffee. Awkward is my specialty. And let's talk about these books. Maybe you can help me remember them. Now, in my defense, most of these books I read 4 or 5 years ago. Is that even a defense? I don't have much defense for rating these 5 stars and I don't remember them. One of them was like when it was published, and I think it was 2 years ago. Sorry, But hey, I'm being honest. Okay, so the first one is the one that... Okay, so this came out last year. I don't know why I don't remember it. And it's one of my favorite auto buy authors. And it's one of my husband's auto buy authors. We don't read the same authors or the same types. I'm really embarrassed. This is probably the only... I think this is the only author we both auto read. Because he and I have very different styles of reading. The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North is the only auto read author for both of us. I got this last May. I was so excited to read it. So it says, Dan Garvey's life has been haunted by the crime he witnessed as a child, narrowly escaping an encounter with a notorious serial killer. He has dedicated his life since to profiling criminals eager to seek justice for innocent victims. So when his father dies under suspicious circumstances, Dan revisits the small island community where he grew up, determined to uncover the truth. Maybe I remember... Okay, I'm going to read the first sentence like I like to do because of the first chapter. Because maybe that'll jog something. There's even a bookmark in it. Oh, look. If it's a thriller, if it's not a thriller, I don't want it. I was looking for this bookmark. I found it. First sentence. Richard Barber's basement was cold and dimly lit. I think I'm going to have to reread this because this sounds fantastic and do not remember this. And also found a bookmark. I'm putting this in the reread pile. So we're going to make a pile. Reread. Oh, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I'm not care that much to reread it. It's going in the reread pile. And I own it. Reread it. Okay. Next up is The Haters by Robin Harding. I don't recognize this book at all. Has anyone heard of this book? Okay. It came out in 2024, so it had to have been at least only 2 years since I read this. Cameron Lane is living her dream. After she's faced years of struggles amid rejection, her first novel has been published, her editor is happy, her teenage daughter is proud, and her boyfriend and friends are all excited, until she receives a disturbing message from an unknown sender. It's the same author as The Drowning Woman, which I've always wanted to read and haven't. She sees a 1-star review on her book. Okay, this kind of sounds familiar. Could the reviewer be the same person who sent the ugly email, and why do they want to ruin her? As the online harassment creeps into Cameron's personal life, she vows to find out who's behind it. Is it really a disgruntled reader, or could it be someone she knows? Okay. Let's see. First sentence. I lock the bathroom door, hike up my gunmetal gray skirt, and peel my Spanx down to my knees. I vaguely remember this now. I'm going to put it to the side, but I might reread it later. Maybe I'm getting it confused. There was another book that came out like last year that I really liked. What is that book called? About an author who was on a book tour. Somebody write in the comments what this book was. She was on a book tour and her husband was back home sending her videos. Does anyone remember what this was called? I don't remember what it's called. Okay. No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. This was I rated this 5 stars. 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. That sounds fantastic. This sounds... I need coffee. I did not sleep well last night or the night before. I need coffee. Okay. Also, can we talk about this cover? I'm sure I thought about the cover the first time I read it. Surely I can't be the only one who's done this in their life. Okay, 14 years ago, the Palmer sisters, Emma, Juliet, and Daphne. Those are some interesting names. I mean, no offense to anyone who has those names. Those are beautiful names. But just I feel like one right after the other. Like, I don't know, something about there's a really pretty names, but I don't know that I don't know how I'm feeling about these names. Like, they're really pretty names. I don't know. I feel like to pick those names for a book, you're saying something, but I don't know what it is. I'm very into names the authors pick. It's a thing with me, okay? I'm going to do a video about this, the names authors pick, because it's something I always think about. Maybe that's the English teacher coming out that I am. Like, why does the author pick the name the author picks? Okay, left their home in Arden Hills and never returned. But when Emma discovers she's pregnant and her husband loses his job, she has no option but to return to the house that she and her estranged sister still own and where their parents were murdered. Okay, this is coming back to me now. I remember being a crazy book. Emma has never told anyone but what she saw the night her parents died, even when she became the prime suspect. It's giving The Last One Left by Riley Sager. I think that's why I gave this 5 stars, because it reminded me of that, but it wasn't as maybe. But her presence in the house threatens to uncover secrets that have stayed hidden for years, and the sisters are drawn together once again. As they face their memories from the past, rivalries restart, connections are forged, and for the first time, Emma starts to ask questions about what really happened that night. The more Emma learns, the more riddles reemerge. Okay, so this is coming back to me. So we're going to put this in the coming back to me pile. First sentence, the edge of the picture nipped Emma's finger as she reached into a purse for her keys. This is starting to come back to me, so I don't want to reread it. Oh, that's right. Each chapter was in each different sister's perspective. Okay. And I think the twist was really good, and that's why I got 5 stars, because the twist was good. So that might be a reread later, but I'm kind of remembering it now that, like, the twist took my breath away. See? Books. Okay. This next one, I really want to remember it because I love this. And I owned this. Like, I bought this when it was in Book of the Month option. And I got it. And I don't remember what I did with the book, if I gave it away. I might have like given it to the used bookstore because I consign books so I can get credit back from my classroom. I might have done that. I'm probably going to have to rebuy this book, but I got this from the library, Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham, and I might just do that again to see if I like it because I love Stacey Willingham. I think she's hinted in her Instagram that she's doing another book. Can anyone confirm or deny? Let me know in the comments. But I remember loving this cover. Like, I love the colors. The colors of this cover were amazing. And the fact that, like, it was all these plants, but then there's the car behind it. I remember thinking this is one of my favorite covers, like, ever. But I don't remember it. Okay. I feel like an emoji in this video. 22 years ago, Claire Campbell's sister disappeared. In the decades since, Claire has attempted to forget her traumatic past. What is with me and traumatic past and sisters? Until a call from her father forces her to come back home and face it all anew. It's deja vu all over again. When the entire summer now looming, Claire decides to accept a seasonal job at Galloway Farm. However, as soon as Claire starts to settle in, I remember this book now and I loved it. I remember it now. Now it's back. It's back. It's back. It's back, baby. I'm back. Across a diary written by one of the vineyard's owners, and what at first seemed like a story of young rebellion and love turns into something much more sinister. I loaned this book to somebody because I loved it so much. Galloway was supposed to be at a place to help her move forward, but instead, Claire finds herself immersed in her own dark and dangerous past. I loved this book. That's why I do this. Okay, first sentence. Sounds of the city. Ooh, somebody got this library book very wet. Did not dry it well. Sounds of the city slither into the dark bubble of my apartment. Cars coughing awake. The impatient honk of a rush hour horn. Love Stacey Willingham's writing. Love her writing style. Loved this book. Now I remember it. I'm so excited to remember this because this book, like, it messed with me. It was so good. And then I loaned it out to somebody. I remember this. And I was like, this is so good. You have to read it. And I don't think I got it back. Doesn't that always happen? Like, you want other people to read the books, and I want people to read the books because I don't actually just want my books to sit on the shelves, which is why my actually owned books are like a third of the books I want to read, because I don't want to loan out the books I want to read because I haven't read them. So I only loan out books I've read or give away books I've read because I don't want to recommend a book I haven't read. What if it's what if it's a terrible book, right? Anyway. This is what my students call my rabbit trails. So in summary, I only loan out books I actually would recommend. This being one of them. I loved the cover. I loved this book. And I can't believe I didn't remember it, but now I remember it. Okay. Last book, after all that, What Lies in the Woods. And the only thing I remember about this book is being torn on whether or not what I should rate it. And this was when I only used Goodreads. And I wished I could have given it like a 4.5. But I don't remember what it's about at all. That's all I remember. Okay. They were 11 when they sent a killer to prison. They were heroes, but they were liars. This sounds really good. Naomi Shaw used to believe in magic. 22 years ago, she and her two best friends, Cassidy and Olivia, spent the summer roaming the woods, imagining a world of ceremony and wonder, the Goddess Game. The game became an obsession and a refuge for the three girls. The sanctuary was suddenly shattered when Naomi was attacked. This is starting to ring a bell. Miraculously, she survived her 17 stab wounds and lived to identify the man who hurt her. The girls' testimony put away a serial killer wanted for murdering 6 women. They were heroes and they were liars. I feel like this was really popular, like, on Bookstagram for a while. Maybe? For decades, the friends have kept a secret that might be worth killing for, hidden in the forest, but now Olivia wants to tell the whole story. Then she goes missing, and Naomi sets out to find out what really happened in the woods, no matter how dangerous the truth turns out to be. That sounds really good. This sounds really good. Okay, first sentence. Is that the first chapter? There is a wilderness and little girls. I mean, that sounds really, really good. I want to read it. Okay, actually, I'm going to add this to my TBR. I'm going to keep this from the library because it's a library book, and I'm actually going to reread this one. So we have, in case you're keeping count, that's all the books I have. We have 2 that I'm actually going to keep in my immediate TPR. Look, they're both red and black. I didn't mean that to happen. We have 1 that I totally remember and loved. And we have 2 that I like vaguely remember, don't want to reread, but I remember them being good. Okay, so please tell me I'm not alone in this phenomenon. Please tell me that there's books that you go back in your, however you keep a list, if it's physical, if it's Storygraph, Fable, Goodreads, whatever you list, go back a few years to your red list, to your 5 stars. Do you remember all of yours and what they were about and why you loved them? Tell me if there's any. Tell me what I'm forgetting in these books. And should I go back and reread What Lies in the Woods and The Man Made of Smoke? Which ones? I'm trying to decide because they both sound really good. I evidently loved them. They evidently like really affected me. Like there's this like little part of my brain that goes, "Oh yeah, that was really good and you loved it." Anyway, I can't be that crazy, right? It can't just be me. I swear it's not just me. I mean, it could just be me. But anyway, literally just had to come back for a minute. I mean, like, I'm selfieing this and say that I decided to go ahead and read What Lies in the Wood because I needed to break a potential reading slump that I was like about to be in. And I was like, well, I'm going to just reread this because I rated it so highly before. There's a reason I rated it highly. I can't stop. Won't stop reading What Lies in the Woods. There's a reason it was so good before. It is still so good. I still don't know what happens in the end. I have like a slight inkling, but it's still so good. So good. Okay, so I wasn't lying before. It's a great book. And yeah, something about rereading it that is just like, no, I wasn't, it's really good. I'm glad I reread it. I'm rereading it. So I just wanted to come back. I finished the book and it's like 48 hours later. So worth it. I'm so glad I reread it. 5 stars. It got me out of like a total reading slump. It was so good. And the ending was so shocking. I thought I knew the ending up until the ending. I mean, like up until the last page, I thought I knew the ending. Up until the last chapter, I was like, oh, this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to go. I've already read this. This is how it's going to go. No, I didn't. I didn't know the ending. And I'm so glad I reread this book. I'm so glad I had forgotten it because I got to experience it again. So if you haven't read, now, there are some serious trigger warnings in this, especially to do with mental health. So if you struggle with anxiety like I do, or depression, or suicide ideation, go into this with some trigger warnings, read them. But like, I'm almost glad I forgot it because I got to reread it and it was a 5 stars, and like reading slump gone for sure. Cause I already restarted my next book the same night. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did this book.